Did you know there are 4 factors that determine your marketing success? Believe it or not, there are. If you get these 4 factors right, you will find marketing success. In this video, I'm going to go over what these 4 factors are, and I'm going to use a helpful analogy that will help you understand it and grasp it for yourself. I'm Lori Reeves, founder of Brand Strength and the creator of BrandSchool. I'm obsessed with helping people change the world. I love to help coaches, consultants, and other professional service providers understand how they can finally reach their revenue goals by reaching more of the people who need them most. So let's dive into these 4 factors. Now remember, I'm using an analogy, so I'm going to talk about each one as it relates to this analogy, one at a time. The analogy that I'm using is to cooking or baking. So the first factor is the tools. When you're cooking or baking, we're talking about your utensils, your appliances, maybe your workspace. When it comes to marketing, we're also talking about tools. We're talking about the software that you use, the platforms that you employ, and the deliverables that you create in order to achieve your marketing success. The second factor in cooking or baking is a recipe. So I'm talking about which ingredients to use, how much of each ingredient, what order to do things in, who wrote the recipe. Was it an experienced chef or baker, or some rando who just decided to write a recipe? In marketing, however, the equal thing to a recipe is your marketing strategy. So which platforms are you going to use? Which kinds of content? What order are you going to do things in, and how much are you going to do? Who created the strategy? Was it carefully planned, or was it piecemealed together? The third factor is the ingredients. Okay? In cooking or baking, we're talking about how fresh they are, the quality of those ingredients, and the compatibility they have to go with one another. In marketing, the ingredients is your brand. It's who you serve, what they struggle with, what results you can help them achieve, why they need you. The crux, the content of what you put into your marketing strategy is your brand, just like what you put into a food is the ingredients. Now, the last factor is your level of experience. Now, with cooking or baking, we're talking about how long it takes you. Your skill level. Are you doing things exactly the way the recipe calls for? Are you actually julienning those vegetables, or are you putting them more into a big dice? Are you comfortable with any substitutions you might need to make? How well can you evaluate the anticipated outcome just by looking at the recipe and all the ingredients? As far as marketing, your level of experience also plays a role. So how comfortable are you with the tools that you're using in your marketing? How well can you evaluate the anticipated outcome of what you're doing? How long does it take you? What is your skill level? Do you have an understanding, and are you using the best marketing practices? So all 4 of these factors influence the results, but there is one of those 4 that's more important than the other 3 in both cooking and baking and marketing, and that is the ingredients. If you're cooking or baking, if you have a recipe that's not the best or tools that aren't as effective as they could be, you might get a better outcome if you just have better ingredients. But if you start with rotten, low-quality ingredients or ingredients that don't work well together, then no recipe or cooking utensil or appliance can make that dish tasty. Even if you don't have the best skills or it takes you longer to create the dish, it's still more tasty with better ingredients that go well together. In marketing, it's your brand. Remember, in marketing, in your marketing strategy, your brand is the equivalent of the ingredients in your recipe. You can use the most expensive marketing tools and a strategy that could bring in millions. But if you're not clearly communicating who you can help and why they need you and what the outcome will be with you, no amount of money or time spent on your marketing strategy will get you those great results. So I want you to think through if you have all four of these factors in place for your marketing strategy, just as you would if you were trying to cook something from a recipe using the equipment that you have and the skill level that you have. Now keep in mind, with marketing, you don't have to have a super high skill level, but your skill level does make a difference in the results. So don't feel like if you're a brand new marketer that you can't have success because you are just beginning, but just remember that it does influence the results that you're able to get. So as a recap, let's look again at the analogy between cooking or baking and your marketing strategy. You've got your four factors: your tools, your strategy or your recipe, your ingredients or your brand, and your level of experience. I hope this was helpful for you. If you know that you need to identify what's not working for you so that you can get better results with your marketing, I would love to help you out. I have a freebie that you can get to by clicking the link below that will help you understand how to use all of these factors to work together for you in your business so that the marketing that you do brings you more revenue and allows you to make an influence and an impact on many more people. I'll talk to you soon.